Hey guys, yeah, Jollyman here. I wanted to do a little sweep through my, Athenian League games here. Look, unfortunately, I didn't hit record on the first one, so completely my bad. What I will do is I will drop a link into DerSuperSaiyajin's Twitch because he did stream his point of view. So if you do want to catch a point of view for the first game, you can watch his. Okay, so this is game number 2. I'm down 1-0 now after losing the first game. And so yeah, we got to find a comeback. So this one here is my home map. And I'm picking Odin here on Nile Shallows for my god pick and my home map. The reason I'm picking Nile Shallows is because it's one of the only maps that you can double Valkyrie pretty much every single time. So as you can see from my opening, I'm not pulling in these Hippo into the TC. For those that already are aware and those who don't know, but the TC will mess up with the favor gather rates there. Okay, so if a TC kills the animal like in its entirety, and I think if maybe your villager only has like one shot, it might even give you 0 favor, right? So it kind of scales with how much damage villagers or human units are doing, right? Okay, so anyway, I've been practicing this build. I want to double Valkyrie here. And I go for a little forward scout because I was doing some scrims and I was realizing how hard it is to play into Freya when you have a forest in front of your gold mine, right? And in this case, I was like, well, we're going to go check and see if that's the case. And I got super, super lucky here. He has a forward gold mine with a forest in front of it, right? Versus any other god, that forest is a godsend. But versus Freya, it is the worst situation possible because you can't build in front of your gold mine because the forest is there and it's going to get opened up. So I'll make a little decision here on the way I'm going to play this one out is I'm just going to start with some gold harass and go from there, right? I'm not looking to forward build. I'm not looking to all in. I'm just going to see if we can make the Ra's life a little bit miserable at the start of the game with this forward gold mine. Okay, so that's kind of the plan going forward here. This is a little bit of a slower build, yeah, just because you have to kind of like come out and take care of this hunt. You know, this isn't like a 4-minute up or something. I think it's probably more closer to 4:30ish, something like that. Me as a preference, I also just like having those villages with Norse. It just seems to make more sense in the classical age anyway. So, yeah. Anyway, thoughts going through my head right now. You know, we can expect a few things from the Ra player. He can try a 2-town center. He can go Bast classical fight. He can do a Tar classical fight. He can even look into a good heroic timing and get camels out on the field. Okay, so there's lots of things that Ra can do, and obviously, me being a Ra main, I'm quite aware of those things. I feel actually very comfortable playing into the Ra matchup, so I was pretty happy he picked Ra. Yeah, personally, I wouldn't, you know, unless you're really good at Ra or just better, I think you got to be a little apprehensive about playing somebody's main into them, right? So cool, we're up and going. The Ravens are out. We're just going to get this map scouted out and play up from there. So we just want to spam these Hersa out. Yeah, as you can see, it's like a 437 advance. It's going to be, like I said, I just much prefer having 7 on food. It means I can just hum these Hersas out and then make a Valkyrie straight away. So I really need the 7 on food. I don't want any less than 4 on wood. And I like 4 gold. So as you can see, I'm just not, me personally, I'm not that willing to up that fast in this matchup here. So we're using the Ravens, really nice in this matchup. We can kind of find those obelisks. We can start sending units there early just to kind of deal with those. I'm going to send my Berserk out here. I know we're not quite advanced yet. It's a bit slow, but I'm going to have a bit to do as soon as I advance. So sometimes you just want to get some things set up. Be like, oh, cool, the Berserk's there. He's going to start whacking and he can carry on up or come back and make a building, whatever he needs to do. But I don't have to try micro the front, sort villages, sort a Berserk, sort Ravens, all, you know, within 10 seconds of advancing. So here, just gathering up my last little bits of favor from the chicken. I like doing it with the dwarf because my gold situation feels kind of fine. So I'm pretty happy to use the dwarf for that one. We get pretty lucky here. We're going to find the priest coming over back with a relic. We're going to manage to pick that one off. So it's a really nice start for me. And then, yeah, as soon as these trees burst down, I'm getting through straight in on this gold mine. Okay, so we're going to catch a widget out here. So this is really, really nice. And then I think we're even going to just get that villager on the end, just push her kind of away from the TC, get a kill there. I don't think we get the second one right now, but we are going to put some pressure on the Pharaoh. We do lose a Hersa. I could have microed a little bit better, but look, it's okay. And as you can see, the second Valkyrie is already here. So just when he thinks the pressure's over, these Hersa are going to run out, and then 2 Valkyrie are going to run in your base just after 5 minutes in the game. So pretty tough for him to deal with. And we can already get disablock from the favor. So this is just like Odin on steroids kind of start. About as good as it gets. 2 Vil kills versus the Ra. Doesn't matter how much damage I take here on my Valkyries. As you can see, as soon as I hop out, I'm just going to sit there and heal each other. Okay. And so we still haven't really seen what he's doing. So I'm pretty happy to open double Great Hall and investigate. I don't mind having some raiders out if I do need to make a TC in this matchup. I don't mind doing it a little bit later with some units. I love map tempo when I play Norse. By map tempo, it's a bit of a League of Legends concept, but I kind of, the definition maybe I'd give it in RTS is if you have the army, you have the tempo, or if you have the more threatening army. So like if someone's got like 10 hoplites, but you've got 8 raiding cavalry, you kind of got the tempo because you're the one that's kind of dictating what's happening on the map and the game. That's the way I like to play Norse. So yeah, I'm always down to just spend a little bit on units and then go out for that one. A little over macroed on gold here. We've got 8, probably 1 too many, but look, that's fine. We're busy. That happens. So we're going to get food villages out now that our gold is sorted. So yeah, we're just idling in his base with the Valkyrie and just getting some knowledge. I don't know what he's up to. And now we see the village center. Okay, so first reaction to seeing the village center, we're going to get our Hersa over to this town center. And from our Great Halls, we're just going to make a couple more Hersa, get that TC up a little bit quicker there. So yeah, poking and prodding, but as you can see, he secured his base pretty nicely. He knew that he just had to get that one done, otherwise his life's miserable. With the monument empowering, he managed to really get up some nice defenses here. Going to see if I can find an angle to break in. Almost lost that Valkyrie. Very lucky to catch that one, but we take those. And just going to start collecting some favor off on the map a little bit now. So yeah, we're just going to get this TC up, and then we're going to kind of try get a read on him. Is he looking to push out with like a full pop classical army and get these gold mines? Because he does need to get gold at some point. You know, he's spent 550 gold on this village center, and he does need to come out for gold. So I've got a couple options. Obviously, I can go like full pop here. You can play longer classical with Freya because you have access to Sesarumna. You get the good Goldie, the good Hersa. You've got Valkyries and speeding raiding cavalry. You've got a lot of tools in the classical age to stick it out. But obviously, it's a little more all in. Or I can kind of say, hey, you're going to get like, maybe I'm going to let you get that gold mine, and then we're going to play the position out from there. I'm like, you're not going to overcommit too hard. That sort of thing. We see some barracks coming up now. We just want to go for a little drive-by. Idle. Very happy with this. I don't need villager kills here. I'm getting knowledge. I see how many spears he's got. I've idled his villagers just for a little bit, and we can pop back out. I got a fantastic TC here with all of those hippos. This is how crazy this map is for Odin guys. Like, I forget to use Great Hunt for about 15-20 minutes in the game. Doesn't matter because there's just so much of it, right? So this is why kind of I really like Odin on this map. We see the spearmen, so appropriate response. We've got to get those throwing axemen going out if we want to make any more progress on the military front. So we're going to start transitioning onto a bit of wood from my home TC and then onto food from my second TC. Still very happy with my 8 on gold right now. And we probably want to look to pick up eco ups, armory ups, and we're going to look to start walling the map. So I've just kind of got vision on the sides of my ravens. I got my units on the front, just trying to avoid any surprises here. And just kind of keep tabs on him. But he somehow slips through. That's okay. We managed to kind of like swing around here and avoid this one. There's some pretty rough parving with the Berserk, but slips away there. And yeah, these Valkyries, he can't really do anything with 3 Valkyries out and these Spearmen. I just am respectful here, and I see he's not coming that way, so we're going to jump back on the hunt. And now we're going to see if we can catch these units out. So trade back some kills here. Well, not trade back, he's not really got any on me, but yeah, the pressure he's kind of putting on, we'll try catch him out from this position so we can get a little surround and we can get some damage off on this Spearman. Yeah, really like hurting him a lot here. Gold is such a scarce resource for him, seeing he's village centered at home. Yeah, so we're going to pick up those upgrades now. Looking to get Berserks out. Hamas Berserks into the Spearman sounds pretty good to me. If I can force axes out, then my Valkyries and throwing X-Men and raiding cavalry just have like massive value. And very happy to like switch into Jarls if he gets too many X-Men out as well. So I think there's a lot of options here for Norse. Yeah, so we're just chilling back here right now. We're just chilling back. His score's pretty low, so yeah, given that information, I suspect he's probably up heroic. As you can see, I got a little bit of resources kind of unspent. I got a lot of dudes, like, it's expensive to put up these walls. They're kind of busy. So we don't have the best control right now over his gold mines or town center, right? We're kind of chilling back, taking our stuff, but that's okay. We're going to pick up that favor. And we see he's casting a rain. So he's spent even more gold on these farms. Okay, so it's really important for his game that he gets this gold mine. But yeah, we're going to see probably what I would maybe think is my first mistake. I think by this point, I should have 5 or 6 Goaty. I should have a bit more throwing axemen, thundering hooves. And I see him coming for this Migdol. And we see the size of his army, and if I've got all of these units here, this is a fight I'm like super down to take, but I have no heroes here. My throwing axemen are stuck in the middle of the map making walls, and we just missed this timing, unfortunately. Yeah, I think if I'd had things kind of prepped a bit better, yeah, we're able to be a bit more on top of him, and maybe this game just sort of ends right now. But it doesn't, and that's okay. I'm still really, really happy with my position in this game. I've got the whole map. I've got the hunt. I'm on 2 town centers. So yeah, I'm all good with this, and we've got Heroic Age sort of thinking about coming on through sometime soon as well. We're going to grab the tower up now. Oh, did I click it? No, I think I valued the Heroic actually. We do need that tower up at some point because raids are going to be coming from Ra players in this mid game. And he really needs to kind of find a way to progress himself. And we're going to go look for a little bit of a drive-by. This timed up really well. He gets a crazy shift sand, and this is my biggest mistake of the game, was putting this many villages on gold, on 1 gold mine. They really should have been across 3 gold mines there. Gave him a great window. He's killed a lot of villagers there. But yeah, fortunately, I've got Valks in his base. They're killing their idling. So yeah, at least I'm getting something back here. Now we've got an opportunity to catch this army out. He is Spearman only with a couple of heroes and a pet Sugos. So yeah, Berserk, Hursa throwing Axeman should just deal with this. He micros this nicely, body blocking the Hursa there, so he did a nice little pull. But yeah, he's got no range DPS happening, so every time he's having to move his spears around, his army comp isn't doing damage, while my Goaty throwing X-Men are standing there dishing it out, right? So it's a winning fight for me due to the units and just the micro that had to happen. And we're trying not to do too much here. Heroics on the way, right? Yeah, no fighting, just chilling. Try catch these units out. We can heal up a bit. Yeah, try get my gold situation sorted out again. And yeah, a little bit floating on the food here, but look, that's okay. We had a bit of a crazy situation losing all that gold, so I'm not able to spend the food. You kind of need to spend the food and the gold together on units, right? Make sure I'm getting my upgrades. Remember, great hunt, 15 minutes in, but you know, that's it. And he's dropping down a second rain, so just a little bit of micro here. Just pull your villagers behind your Berserk. Don't chase the units around, and then your villagers go around the other way. Like you have to make them kind of cross paths, so you body block for them. Yeah, just re-macroing on the economy here because, we did have to move a bunch of ills after that locust. So just making sure I've got the numbers right, that I'm going to be able to keep getting my buildings and my upgrades and the units I need. I didn't see all the spearmen die, and because it's a tournament match, I'm leaving those berserks back just to do a final check, right? So it's my bad that I didn't see, but I take the safe option and say, right, I didn't actually see them all die. I don't really want more units being idled by 4 or 5 spears, so I'm just going to double sweep with the berserks. Didn't see anything, so I know it's all good to keep going. And now we're getting close to full pop. We sort of recovered after that locust and the shift. So now we got to think about putting pressure on this Migdol and his gold. So I'm pretty happy to start taking fights. And then I see his army kind of get out of position here, which is great for me because I don't actually want to frost his villages. I want to have a go on them, right? So they get idled and I can pick off a few more kills. So that's pretty nice for me. I don't actually get that many, and in hindsight, I think I should have just waited a couple more seconds for the frost, and I'd be able to swing more units around there and put some pressure on. But yeah, as you can see, we just frost the army and we kill this Migdol, and yeah, we're going to kind of force him somewhere else. So right now, I'm trying to make the game where he can't kind of keep flip-flopping between gold mines and kind of avoid things and kind of make the game like that and maybe counter with like raids or something. I really want to be like, hey, there's going to be one kind of big fight at your gold mine and you have to win it. So yeah, what we're going to do, clear this position out and we're going to drop a hill fort on that one there. Basically what this means is now I can swing my army around the other side of the map, and if he wants to make any progress down the side of the map that I've left, he's going to have to invest in siege units and enough units to defend the siege, because obviously I can produce there and deal with that. So it's difficult. He can't just walk villages there now, right? So I can go swing to the other side and pressure that gold mine, knowing that if he does want to get to this other gold mine, it's going to take him a while to get it done, right? Okay, so this is nice. Now, I know he's gone up to the top side. I saw that I probably can't get to that TC in time. Maybe looking at it, I could have sent like the Jarls or a bunch of Berserks and maybe got there a bit quicker. But yeah, he got set up there pretty quickly. And I said, that's okay. I'm going to come there soon. But while you're setting up there, you're going to leave your base a bit open. So I'm just going to take advantage of that, clear some houses and a tower out, and yeah, just exert some pressure here. Idle a few more villages, a couple random units, jump on those farms. But yeah, also just not overcommitting. He's kind of spearman, camel chariots, which are decent. And I don't quite have the throwing axeman bull at the moment. I've got a lot of Jarls and things like that. We're also pretty, we're not feeling the best on population. I really want 3 TCs fortified. Get that army out. Otherwise, we're both on 2 TCs, even army. I kind of want an advantage on them, right? So we'll come back, we'll heal up with Odin's advantage, and we'll look to grab these middle town centers. Try to kill some houses. He responds pretty well to that, I think. But yeah, now we're full pop. We're going to get this town center up. We're going to get the next thing of armory upgrades. We're settling the eco down a bit. We are floating a little bit, but it's not too bad now. It's all pretty balanced, so quite happy with this. We can start spending that on, like another hill fort, more upgrades. So plenty to spend on, which is good, and one resource isn't completely out of whack. And we're just going to push them back, get this hill fort up here. And see if we can get these Valkyries getting some more raisin. So yeah, as you can see, taking this really slow and methodical. Look, if this was a scrim or maybe a ranked ladder match, I wouldn't quite play this controlled. But yeah, in a tournament match, it's always good to respect the game and your opponents. Like I said, taking that time to heal that Valk, taking the time to get the walls and the upgrades, I think it's really worth it. I also don't mind scaling into this matchup here, especially on 4 town centers with the amount of hunt. I haven't dropped a single farm yet, 20 minutes in the game. Yeah, kind of all of those factors. I'm pretty happy to go. So as you can see, we're now 205. This town center comes up. We're instantly 220. Go time, right? 4 town centers, 220 pop. Let's go. Let's put some pressure on. No point sitting around. He actually gets a nice kind of position here. I don't have enough throwing axemen in this game, in my opinion. But the berserks are pretty decent. But yeah, his slingers are kind of over the forest there. Kind of getting free damage on my throwing axemen. But yeah, I've got a lot of myth units here. Where's he going to get 1,000 gold from to deal with that many myth units? I think Osiris may be better here, but also kind of tough. I managed to get a nice split and avoid this tornado. And my mythic's on the way, right? So I just need to stay full pop here. And then I'm fine, right? I'm fine. If I stay full pop, he can't beat me. I can't lose the game. And then my mythic spike will come in. I'll cast my god power, get my champion upgrades and final eco upgrades. And then I don't think there's a way for him to deal with this. Some nice camel raids. I think he used the rock, so really well played from him to recognize that and get the camels dropped in the rock. Easiest way to deal with this one, guys, as soon as you see this, you take your villagers back to your town center, you select your longhouse control group, and you just fucking queue up herdmen, and just instantly deal with it that way. Yeah, so we're gonna get those out. Keep pressure up on this gold mine. Obviously, this is only lifeline right now. He's got to be mining here. Some weird things going on with the villages there, but, you know, that's Age of Mythology. And now we got the herdman. He's come back to check the gold mine. And we're going to be able to deal with those camels. They get fully caught out. They're complete goners, so that's nice. We've dealt with that. We can just chill out and progress with the game now. And we are full pop now with our mythic about to hit. So yeah, I mean, I could wait for upgrades at this point, but I just from like playing enough, and there's just some fights, you know, you can take. I've got 4 frost giants there with the upgrade. He's got 1 pharaoh, 1 priest. Yeah, there's just not much for him to do here. And we're going to also be like idling everything with Valkyries in his face. So really, really rough. We can get the units through onto these priests and pharaoh. Once they kind of go down, he's no gold, no way to counter a myth unit, and he knows that, and that is GG. Cool, so that was the second game. Hope you guys liked that one. Yep, I'll record the last game as well. Make a video for that one. So catch you at that one.